No shit. So Jessica said Mr. V is the
You know
best.
what? It's for my own safety. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Okay, so first, Jess was like, Mr. V is the best. And then Salome said, I don't like Mr. V because he tried to touch me in my private area once.
My name is Fernando Reyes.
Are you recording me?
I'm recording myself, but you're a public official. You could be recorded per PC 148G. I'd like to not discuss that matter. I'd like to continue forward. If I wanted to make an official complaint on a school district, who do I do that? You guys don't take care of that here, do you?
Oh, no.
Who takes care of that?
That district.
So I'm making a complaint on the district because the district has neglected the welfare of our students. The police have neglected the welfare of our students. There's allegations of a principal allegedly touching a little girl there, and everyone keeps on minimizing damages. I've already got a cease and desist letter because I've exposed what had happened and reached out to the parents, concerned for their students because the school is not reaching out to the parents and the district is not reaching out to the parents the way that they're supposed to be by law. Same reason why I'm recording right now, respectfully. So I want to make a complaint.
I just don't know that I'm the person you should be recording.
I'm not recording. I'm recording myself.
Hi, Evan Ben Hope. I got
call
a
you to
meeting with Internal Affairs.
And,
Right now it's a date at 10 o'clock a.m.
And the reason I'm also recording is I've been to your guys' facility before. I've tried to get justice, and this was before this event transpired.
Okay.
And so
Can you tell me the school district?
the school district is Vargas Elementary. It's Sunnyvale School District.
Sunnyvale School.
Yes.
Okay.
Before I say something, I want them to know.
So what do you need though? What can I
So,
help you with?
I would like to make a complaint on a school district.
Okay.
A school district has been neglecting the welfare of our students several different times.
School district is it?
It's Sunnyvale School District.
So have you talked to the superintendent?
So that's the thing. The superintendent just put a resignation in because I went to internal affairs and I made a complaint, and so I don't know exactly what's going on. But they've been
He's
neglecting.
retiring.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, we've known that for a while.
Okay, that's fine. So give me 1 second, real quick. Did I? Yeah, I did. And so basically, the school district has not been communicating with me and been neglecting the welfare of our students in general. And because I've already you could overlook it if you like.
Actually, I'm trying to think about talk to you. What did
I haven't talked to you, but if you guys look in your records,
Did you talk to Olivia Santillion?
I think so. Correct.
I think you've already had contact with.
Yeah, correct. But it was for prior issues. This is a new issue
Okay.
where I've already went to the police. I've already went to the school district, and they continue to neglect their duties. Now, allegedly, a principal is touching a student, and instead of actually adhering to it or actually doing a full investigation like they should have, like talking to the witness, like my son, who was actually involved with it and overheard this stuff, the police would rather minimize that because of the resource officer that's in the school. So everyone's basically covering each other's ass right now. Same reason why I'm recording, to cover my ass, respectfully. I apologize for the language. No, but these are someone's students.
No, I actually believe
You-
I like the apology. I appreciate that. Thank
No,
you
no,
very
no.
much. I'm gonna
Imagine
apologize.
I'm fed up for you. I'm fed up for her, and I'm fed up for you, and I'm fed up for me. I'm fed up for my son. I'm fed up for his sister. I'm fed up for everybody because our Santa Clara County has misused our funds when they should be appropriated to the right places, and maybe you guys may not be the proper place for complaints. I'm not really quite sure. I know that I've already came to you guys though as a Santa Clara County Board of Education, and if I already came to you guys with these concerns, which is previous, this is new, which is previous concerns about all these sexual allegations that were prior with my son being involved and other people, somebody should have done something.
Right, but I think you just talked to Olivia. I think it was in February and in January.
Correct, because they were retaliating, but now there's a new incident. These are all new incidences.
What was the thought process with Olivia that she told you?
So they were hoping to help me transfer my son to a new school.
that.
Yeah, see? So they were hoping to help me transfer my son to a new school because he was being stalked by an attempted murder at the time. The school retaliated, said I was burning cigarettes on my son's body. He was being bullied consistently. He was having nervous breakdowns. He was
What did Olivia tell you to actually do? Because I know, from what I remember, I'm just going back to the history.
Yeah.
I believe that you hadn't actually had contact with their district yet at that time, at that point.
No, I did. That's why I came to you guys, because they keep on ignoring me. They wanted me to talk with the district and try and hash it out, but there was no talking because they have ignored me.
Let's get Olivia back involved because you still have the same problems are going on with her. Because I know she's the one who's our resource for that.
Yeah.
And let's see. Can you see if Olivia is available?
Well, at this point, I want to know what you guys actually do and offer for our cities and counties, because if you guys can't control, regulate under municipality policing powers, something has
Yeah,
to be.
we actually can't do it. So the police and ourselves are totally different because we are both county officers, like the
Yeah.
sheriff's department.
Okay.
But we can't control the
But we
police
as parents have
department.
to know what we can do. This is, if you read this, and obviously I made already one complaint, we're not talking about gibberish BS. We're talking about there's documents, there's videos on file
So how
where
about if I do this? I'm gonna have you write your name down. I remember the story with you. I don't want you to talk about it
everyone
too
remembers the
much.
story. It's a big story. It's
Well,
messed
and
up.
that's what I'm gonna have Olivia. I'm gonna email her and email you again, and we're gonna have her get involved and let you know what the process is. Because again, you're talking legalities, which is gonna be something different. We don't oversee that part, but we also want to make sure that if there's anything we can do, we can help you. So let me write that down again, because I do have it. But I remember Olivia and I talked, and she said she was gonna keep having you reach out to her if there's more issues. So I don't want to leave that with her. I want to
Well,
make sure she's still in
I,
contact.
with Olivia, I believe it was, I was trying to do an appeal through you guys, so I still had the right to do an appeal through you guys. But so I was told by my judge that I cannot transfer my son. That's fine. That's by a judge's jurisdiction.
Right.
Through your jurisdiction, I wanted to follow through with the appeal process for legalities to prove my point of why it was needed to have my son transferred. You guys didn't have jurisdiction to actually transfer him, but you guys had jurisdiction to approve my
Right,
appeal.
that's
Nobody
different.
did that though.
Well, because that actually takes a while. It's not.
I've never got a response back. But look at what it's led to. Like, there was an attempted suicide by a little girl. He had a nervous breakdown. There was another student who was touching other students. He was involved again on another sexual incident. Like, he's going through stress after stress because nobody will do anything. I've contacted this is why I'm recording now, because Sunnyvale Police Department.
So, but that's the thing is that's a totally different thing.
No, I
that we
understand.
actually deal with. So that's the thing. I want to make sure you're doing the right thing with that. I mean,
Yeah.
so even though Michael Gallagher's retiring, that's something totally separate than what your incident is.
Coincidental, very
Yeah,
coincidental.
that's actually not, I know how old he is. And so
Yeah, that's
he's been
fine.
teaching
It was
for-
directly the day after.
No, he's been teaching for.
Okay.
Now, when there's an issue usually with administration, like it doesn't usually happen in that way. So I think it's.
Either way, he should be fired. He's been overseeing all this stuff. I could care less about his retirement. He needs to be fired.
I agree with you. I want to make sure that you're in the right mind to deal with the situation because again, we are separate from what the police department does.
Yeah.
But what we can do with that is we can have Olivia.
I'm going to be honest. This is just an audit. I already know the background to all this before I even walked in. I only came in to see what you guys are willing to help for the fellow constituents, because I'm going to go outside. I'm going to publicly read this in front of your guys' Santa Clara County Board of Education sign, and I'm going to let the rest. But I want to know if you guys are helping.
Well, we don't know anything yet about it. So that's what I'm saying. So even though I understand that process, we don't actually know.
You understand where I'm coming from, though, right? Because parents are going through this everywhere. I mean, everywhere. This isn't about you guys. This is about parents and their children. They're going through this everywhere, and nobody's sticking up for these parents. Nobody's sticking up for these kids.
So this is Kush Gill. She's our assistant soup of our personnel services. So this
Hi,
gentleman
Fernando
is
Reyes.
working
Nice to meet
with
you.
Olivia about an emergency transfer. There's been some more things that have happened since, I think it was end of January, beginning of February. that
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, yeah.
So I know that's a process. This process is something different that he's dealing with the police department / the district. So I was asking if you want, Olivia's not here today. So maybe Olivia, we can have her get in touch with you on that process. But the other process you're talking about, that's really a police issue.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I've gone through those.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, like, this is too much. Someone has to stop it. If the police aren't in their jurisdiction, fine. You guys are a school district with jurisdiction over the whole county to implement funds, do whatever you guys need to do, resolve issues for parents. If parents are coming in here and they're not getting help like me, and I'm not the first parent. I've heard story after story after story after story. San Jose has tried to cover up multiple sexual incidents. I'm diving and investigating all these things, and now I'm circling back into Santa Clara County Board of Education. You guys have been misusing our funds. Who do we go to protect us if we can't go to our school districts, if we can't go to our county, if we can't go to the police? Who's doing something? Who's going to stand up? I just went out. I've gone after everyone. I've gone after the DA's office because of this. I got justice for our entire Santa Clara County Board of our entire Santa Clara County because they're not looking into domestic violence cases, just like my son's case. I've went after everybody, and everyone keeps saying, go here, go there, go here, go there. I'm tired of asking. Now I'm going to figure out where the parents going to go.
actually,
You understand what I'm going? Where do the parents go to trust when people are failing us? I got a cease and desist letter because I reached out to other parents because my son was under a lot of stress. I could only imagine what these other children who were involved could be under stress. I got a cease and desist for that. For reaching out to parents for the care of their children. Those parents didn't even know what was happening with their students. None of those parents knew. This isn't just here, so I want to know, how do we resolve this? I'm asking you guys really quite frank, because I'm going to come protest your building respectfully. This is not the first time I've said this to you guys. I've said this to the DA. I've said this to the school district.
Would you like to sit down with me and
I don't mind sitting down with anybody, because obviously,
I would like to know because I noticed though you sent an email on Wednesday. You sent it to a bunch of people. You sent it to
yeah, so you already know. You guys got the email. Everyone got the email. The news got the email too. Yes.
I received the email. I actually, just coincidentally, about a couple hours ago, I was going through my emails and I saw the email. I just saw it today. I'm just going to be honest. I was in an offsite meeting yesterday.
I understand everyone's busy, but
We had board meeting on Wednesday night, so we didn't leave here until like almost 10 o'clock. So I went through my emails. I actually forwarded the email to the superintendent and saying, does this involve any of Santa Clara County students? Because we have jurisdiction over any students who are enrolled in our schools. And he got back to me. He said, no, this is not your student, this is their student. And so I just heard that. Literally, it's just coincidence that you came and I got the phone call that you're here.
Okay.
I received the email like 15 minutes ago, right now. That he responded back to me that he was just saying the sentence. But I read your email because you have lots of allegations in there. And I even have a principal's name mentioned in there. But I didn't really understand was the entire picture. Like what is happening.
the entire picture.
Even though I don't really have I'm a human resources here. I don't really have a full-blown jurisdiction on these investigations.
If you don't, then that's a problem. Respectfully. If you don't, that's a problem. We have to figure that out. That's why I'm here.
I'm not the superintendent.
No, I understand that. If you guys don't have jurisdiction, if there's not a second party to have jurisdiction, there's already a compromise and conflicts of interest. How can they just say you guys don't have jurisdiction? That means someone messed up somewhere. You guys are Santa Clara County.
I'm saying superintendent does.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is how can you not have jurisdiction? I don't understand that. Yeah.
But I wanted to say to you, if you give me the details.
Okay, so you're saying individually, that's different. Okay.
Yes, you sent the email to me. I'm over human resources. I'm over employees. Okay, not necessarily the student side, but the superintendent does have the entire response, like oversight. Even if the superintendent by himself can do something, but he would be able to.
He knows about all this. He hasn't cared. I've emailed him. I've CC'd him. Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the company.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Because like what you did before, that was the intertransfer district is one thing he's done with Olivia. Like you said, this is an additional thing that is a new process that Chris is willing to talk with you and kind of.
But
Okay.
you can, if you want to give me details, I would be happy.
I would love to give you details. I will be recording it per PC 148G. Every public official has the right to be can be recorded in their public capacity. I've barely got a response because of this email because they know I'm obviously going to.
They respond back to you?
Oh yeah, I got it in the car. They finally responded back to me, and that's the only respect they've ever given. I've demanded for protection for my son. I've demanded,
This is the email I'm talking about.
yeah, that I sent, and they did respond last night at maybe like 8 o'clock. I cried my heart out because I finally got a response back from them, and something with at least some respect, because they haven't cared at all. I mean, I cried like a baby, a grown man sitting there on my floor crying because I finally got some type of response for my son when I've been trying to get him evaluated for an IEP program, but instead they retaliated, said I was bringing cigarettes on my son's body, and nonstop. They've not responded. They've ignored me. I have the emails. They're all there. These people should be prosecuted. These people should be removed. This is not how you treat citizens. What they've done to not only my child, multiple people's children, they should be prosecuted and they should be removed. It's called criminal negligence. It's called neglect to prevent.
So if you want to, I have this email. I would be happy to share this email with my superintendent. And he's not here right now. He's not here today. That's why I came downstairs to speak with you. But he would be happy to. I can ask him what he needs to be done. If you leave me your phone number, what I can do is after I speak with him, whatever direction I get from him, I would be happy to personally call you and share with you who needs to be contacted or what other steps.
And so does that mean you still want to sit down and talk and hear the story, or do you not?
I would be happy to hear the story, but I don't want to be recorded.
You what?
I do not want to be recorded.
you're going to be recorded respectfully. If you don't want to be recorded, it's because you're obviously trying to hide something. If you don't hear how respectfully, if you don't see the pressing matter for our children right now,
I see the pressing matter, but
and again, I'm recording myself for my safety. I've been lied about countless times.
understood.
Burning cigarettes on my son's body. My son trusts me the most out of anybody in this world. I've been the only person upholding integrity throughout this entirety. I've had to go to the DA. I've had to go to the police. And then instead of actually doing their due diligence to protect our children, people would rather lie, conspire, or cover it up, minimize damages. It's not like these things didn't happen. These girls are saying it. My child has said it. There's documents, there's text messages between kids talking about suicide. He tried to prevent a little girl from committing suicide. They are pressing matters, respectfully. I'm not recording you. I am recording me for my safety and my son's safety.
Understood. The reason only reason I said it, again, we have nothing to hide because we are not even familiar with the situation, right?
There's a more pressing priority matter, respectfully. I don't want to talk about recording.
But I do want to make sure that you as a parent and your child is taken care of. Whatever we can do behind the scenes to communicate.
I've not thrown a camera in her face. I've not thrown a camera. I got a camera in my face.
Understood. And you're being very respectful, and we totally appreciate that. We totally appreciate. And taking care of children, their well-being, and taking care of our parents is our responsibility.
It is.
As a public organization.
It is.
That's why I'm standing here and having this conversation with you.
Okay.
Okay. And but again, I'm not directly connected in this situation in any shape or form. The reason is because I'm not sending your school district in this case, right? And but again, as I said earlier, I would be happy to take this information. I have this email already.
Yeah.
If you want to leave this with me and leave your phone number, I will be happy to follow up with the superintendent. Either have him or someone else contact
You haven't been CC'd in the other email they sent me, right?
I just received your email,
Yeah, not theirs.
not
Okay.
theirs.
Okay.
I then forward my email. I just wanted to, because if I'm ever included in an email, even if it's not directly to me, I'm not even sure how and you got my email address. I'm sure you got it from the website. Most probably. I'm assuming.
I got everyone's email address. I'm taking numbers and I'm coming circling back around on everybody.
A lot of people don't know me, and but I'm assuming that you got it from our website because our website has my email address, Santa Clara County, which is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly okay with you as a parent, including me in any email. It's no problem. And when I saw that email I was including the email, I just wanted to find out from the superintendent that if there's anything we can do if this is one.
Your email is automatically supposed to be published on every public official who is working in the capacity. Their email is supposed to be, as a matter of fact, on your guys' website, it's almost like it's a manipulative tactic, not to show an email. There's email links to it, but it doesn't exactly explicit an email. No, but it's not written out as an email for multiple people. I've already looked it up. I already took screenshots.
We do have a staff director on there for ourselves and also the district. It's on there.
Maybe I may be mistaken because when I pulled up all the superiors' names, it didn't pop up emails. I had to copy a link, and it was almost like it was hidden behind a link. And so I had to copy the link and actually post it, but it didn't say .com or at whatever. And so, but no, all public officials who are working.
Email address because you emailed me.
So before we lose track, can you put
Yeah.
your phone number and your name down here?
I think I have his name because it's in the email.
Okay, perfect.
Just the phone number. That way we can reach out. I follow up with you.
Oh, actually, why don't you can you write it right there?
Because that way, in case I
What?
need to refer,
His first name.
Oh.
refer if they're checking in the system, they're not going to know which student I'm talking about.
He's a priority. Obviously, you see how I'm talking. They know who he is. I don't mean to sound like a. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No problem.
I apologize. I know who he is. I would like to sit down and discuss it with you further, though, as Santa Clara County, and let you guys be fully aware, because at this point, I'm going to circle back.
I have no problem sitting down with you, but I'm not comfortable right now since I'm not familiar with the details, and I'm not familiar, this is the first time I'm coming in, I'm not comfortable with the recording, yes sir.
Okay.
You just want to sit down, Michelle, I can sit down, I can bring someone else.
Actually, Olivia also too,
have
because
no
Olivia
problem.
has his background.
Yeah, I have no problem sitting down and
We could sit down, and I want to be respectful. I'm trying to be respectful to everyone. Really, at this point, I'm coming to call everybody that has touched this case needs to be removed. I'm going to go to Sunnyvale city council, and I'm going to call for the removal of Paul Slayton. I'm going to call for the removal of the superintendent. I'm going to call for the removal of Captain Armstrong and everyone else who touches it who is not respecting our children. This isn't. I'm not the first person who came in here upset. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to keep recording. We could coordinate a day where I could sit down with you and Olivia. I'm going to be recording myself. You guys really can't do that. Then we're going to have to find out other methods and means.
No problem. If you want to make an appointment, oh yeah, okay. You already have my email address, but I'll give you my email address one more time so that you're aware. And you're welcome to email me, and I'll be happy to coordinate a meeting. And with my superintendent or whoever is needed to meet, and can do that.
And you're saying it does take time for someone to actually pass through for
For the district transfer, yeah, it's a little bit of a process. It has to go to the board before the approval.
I know, so I understand. I'm willing to take the risk. I could care less what the judge says. I'm not going to transfer him.
And again, that's a separate.
Yeah, it's a separate civil
So I know
matter, right?
Louise already working on that process.
But I want the legal matter to be taken care of properly, because it's not fair what happened to my son and other students. And I want it on legal documents to say I had that right, and I was in the right to try and protect my son. Like, I was in the legal right to try and protect my son because nobody else would. I'd rather take that, deal with it. They could take it to court and deal with what they want. At least it's going to be on record that dad fought to protect his child, as I should have been, because I relinquished myself of any criminal negligence as thus far that's happened. Children literally violating each other and someone else potentially violating the child. I absolved myself of guilt. So I want to follow through with it. If that makes sense. You guys understand what I'm saying? I absolved myself of any guilt by following through to have the appeal process. And I want to do that. And I've been waiting. And I've been patient. I've been very, very patient with everybody.
You said you received a response today?
No, I didn't. Oh, I was from them. Yes, I received a response from them. It was actually quite nice. Like I said, I fell on the ground crying like a baby.
See that response in here.
It's in my car. I could forward it to you if you like.
Yeah, please forward it.
And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to block that man, because I've already said I don't want to talk with you, because that man specifically, Paul Slayton, he tried to have me arrested at a school board meeting for expressing some of my sentiments about some of this activity and asking, certain educational questions at an educational event. And parents found out more about it, and he tried to have me arrested. I'm trying to consider if I'm going to file a restraining order against that man in his his private capacity, because he's basically causing a nuisance to my life by pretending to act in his official capacity, which is against the law. You can't sit here patronizing me, acting in your official capacity, but you're not really doing your job, because this whole entire time he's been ignoring me the whole time. That's not what we do. You guys aren't ignoring me. This is my first time meeting you. You guys are very sympathetic, understanding. I may be frustrated. I'm upset. But it doesn't sound like you guys are lying to me. It doesn't sound like you guys are playing around right now. This isn't a game to me. I'm calling for protests all across Santa Clara County at this point. No, I understand. And there should be more accountability for everyone, all across the board. And so at this point, I'm circling back and I'm getting rid of everyone. Respectfully, I vow to you, as a citizen, I'm getting rid of everyone. Right now, I'm pushing for San Jose City Hall to have body cameras because of their criminal negligence, trying to cover up Omar Torres' scandal. That's what I represent. That's who I am. I'm circling back, and I wish that everybody could comply. I've given you guys enough time, and at this point, I'm going to go public about this matter.
No problem. So please, whenever you want to meet with me, I'll be happy to meet you. Just send me an email. We'll schedule a meeting. If anybody else needs to be involved, I'll include anyone else also.
Okay.
My superintendent or someone else, whoever, I'll find out who could have bigger that conversation. We have no problem.
And your name again is? I apologize.
We actually met before. You came
We-
last time with Olivia. When you were here
We've
that one
met
time.
personally. I do not remember you. I just want to say right now, you've done a thorough job. You didn't tell me nothing. You didn't bash me the second I walked in. And this is the second
That's not
time.
what we do here.
This is the second time I walked in, and your guys' front desk has tried to bash me. And this is the first time I walked in recording. I just want to say, whatever you did today, you did it well. I appreciate it.
That's what we do.
No, thank you, because this is how we're supposed to take care of our kids. We're supposed to communicate. Parents shouldn't have to be this frustrated. This isn't about my story. I'm fighting for other people's children right now. Your children. I shouldn't have to be this heartbroken. My son shouldn't have to go through what he went through with that story. If there's anything connected to truth to that, imagine if your kid went through that. That shouldn't happen. That's not what we do. That's not what we stand for. With that being said, thank you.
You're welcome so much.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you. You too as well.
I will also reach out to you since I have your number.
You got it. I'm going to send you the email. I appreciate it.